What's up, guys? Welcome to our What Would You Do segment. In this segment, we find real life situations, real life news articles, we talk about them, and then we ask you guys, what would you do?
So after this, drop a comment, let us know what you would do in that same situation.
Yes, sir. Oh, yes.
Now this one is to find out what would you do on a first date. Let's kind of set the scene. Say you asked a woman out, you set a date, you guys agree, and well, let's go to the video and show you what happened here.
Let me just get the door for you.
Okay. He got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't getting out this car. Yes.
Would you want me to open the door for you? Look. Are you're recording me?
Yeah. Yeah. This is the Cheesecake Factory. This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all.
What's the problem with that?
This is a chain restaurant. Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant?
You want to talk about it? I'm fine with talking about it, even in front of them.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Come on, get up on in the car. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it.
Expect a man to go all out on the first date. Is that right?
I mean, you're supposed to. Look at, when you take out a beautiful woman and you're courting her, because I get courted. So you're courting her, right? You're supposed to take care of her. You're supposed to cover her. You're supposed to protect her, cherish her, treat her well, right?
Yeah. I went into this date as I expect, with the expectations for myself, to keep you safe, you know, to respect you, to pay for your food, of course, pick you up, of course, and just treat you like a gentleman, which I believe I have done.
I mean, you've been pretty nice, but I mean,
and then
Cheesecake Factory.
I, on the other hand, have certain expectations for a girl I go out with on the first date. I expect her to be respectful too. I expect her to be cooperative. Okay. When I got to your apartment to pick you up, you didn't want to invite me in. I can respect that too. We're not there
yet.
Okay.
I know yet.
And then. But
I mean, I feel like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do as a woman.
But
I got myself all made up.
There's nothing wrong with the Cheesecake Factory, right?
Yes, there's a lot wrong with the Cheesecake Factory.
Okay, well look at my planner where we were gonna go originally.
See, now that's where we should have went. All right there. Call him.
No.
What do you mean no?
See, I specifically told you both yesterday and this morning that I'd come to pick you downstairs for another hour. I told you twice.
It wasn't that late.
We literally left your place at the time that the reservation was supposed to be. And I specifically said 4 because maybe we could get there early and even have some time to get to know each other on the way there and while we're in the parking lot.
I mean,
I'm waiting for a reservation.
We can still get to know each other. Isn't there another restaurant you can call that, like, you know, equivalent to that? I mean,
I literally
you don't understand. Look at me. I cannot go in the Cheesecake Factory.
There's nothing wrong with
I will die.
So, respectfully, I'm gonna just drop you off at home.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Yeah, I'm up.
So, you just want to call it a night? I mean, Isn't there some kind of compromise or something? Ladies, can you believe this?
I'm sorry, y'all.
He just pulled out of the parking space.
If I don't feel respected, I am not gonna go through with the rest of the day.
Are you sure you want to go home?
I don't have a lot of rules. I don't have a lot of expectations for a first date, but I've already set them, and you've broken every one.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. We're dropping you off home. I understand where you're coming from.
So,
Cloud chaser.
Now, first off, who starts recording when you're on a date?
You're a cloud. She's a cloud chaser. That's
I
what
just
they
feel like
do.
she's like a spoiled brat,
Like-
in my opinion. I feel like
She didn't even look this man in the eye while she was doing this video.
the entire time.
And she was a whole hour late. Like,
Yes.
I wouldn't
The
have even made it that
audacity.
far.
Now, she is a pretty lady, but one, you got yourself on a pedestal that you
Nah,
know
for real.
you're not at. You're
And
not
the,
at.
The
You're
more she
not at.
talks, the uglier you
Yeah,
get.
with
So-
everything she said right there, I mean, I give this man a lot of credit because through the whole thing, he was very respectful. He was a gentleman.
Right.
He even took her back home. I love how he broke it down and showed her, hey, this is where I was planning on taking the date in the first place.
Right.
This is where I made reservations.
Right.
You came out at the time of the reservation.
Right.
That screws up your reservation. You know, you want to be treated like this princess, but you're not even respecting this man's time. Okay, you ran late, work ran a little late.
Right.
Okay, I can understand that. But you should have called him, texted him, let him know that when you were still at work, knowing you weren't going to get home when you thought you were.
Right.
So that he could have changed reservations. He could have maybe moved it back an hour. So you could have still went to where you apparently loved that restaurant that he picked. That's where you would have loved to go. So he was planning on spending, apparently, don't know what restaurant it was, a lot of money on that first date.
Yeah.
But you screwed that up. And he still was still willing to spend a lot of money because Cheesecake Factory is not cheap.
Right.
Yeah.
And what's wrong with Cheesecake Factory? Somebody tell me that. 'Cause
You just gotta know what to get. Like, the pasta is great. I love their appetizers. There's these little wonton things. They're good. Unless they took them off.
Right.
They changed the
They
menu
got
a
good
lot.
food.
You know, you just gotta
They got some good food there.
figure out what food you like and then look what's in the ingredients, okay? Like,
Yeah.
whatever.
And this man is a go because he went and took her. He said, we're just going to go ahead and end this date. And you see her, she was like, wanting to clutch her pearls, like, oh my God, I know you didn't just say that.
Right.
Like, yes, I did. Because he did better than me because I'd have called her an Uber or made her walk home at that point because after all that, and then you go try to put me on blast on social media on top of it. Nah, you need to get up out my car now. Nah, you for the streets after that. Sorry. Sorry. Nah. And where do a lot of these women get off on expecting that first date to spend a lot of money on them in the first place? As she said, I don't know you to have you up in my apartment, but it's okay for you to ride in the car with this man you don't know.
And you give him your address, so that's
Right.
Regardless, it doesn't matter.
Right.
So that really
So,
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, none of it made sense.
She's contradicting herself. And it's like, you can't set these standards if you can't abide by your own standards.
Right.
So,
If you felt that way, like we don't know each other well enough for
Right.
me to let you in my place, like you said, why would you let them know where you live
that's how
at
you
that
know they
point?
should be talking.
You should meet.
Yeah.
Say, meet you for coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Something, you know. Let's get to know each other before we start knowing where each other live.
If you was that scared.
Yeah,
Like,
you know, don't try to throw that in there.
Right.
You know, like no. So, but you see that a lot where there are a lot of women that are expecting that off the rip. Like he doesn't know you either, so he doesn't have to spend all that money on you because he doesn't know you. Well, especially, say the date goes bad. Say he goes in there, he drops 5 bills on this date, and the date's horrible. They don't get along, and they see there's no chemistry. So you just drop 5 bills on a woman that you're not going to see again because there was no chemistry between you two.
right.
But that's how you want to be treated. Is that just common now? I mean, I haven't been in the date game for a really long time, so.
I mean, I would say, like, our generation and, like, the younger generation, they have these new ridiculous standards, expectations they expect out of these men. But I don't know. She looked kind of old, like she in her late 30s.
Yeah, she looks in her 30s.
For her to have these expectations, it's just wild. I mean, I think that's why she's single.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd say she's probably late 30s, so her having these high standards hasn't worked out for her yet.
Yeah, clearly.
So she might want to start lowering some of her standards. Been all right with cheesecake, but she could have got fed that day.
At least she got one thing she wanted. She went viral, so.
Yeah, she got that. She
got
definitely
that.
went that.
But
So what would you do in that situation on your first date? And that's what you ran into on your first date, how
like,
they want to be
if
treated.
we were like the guy, like taking
Yeah, if
her-
you were in that situation as a guy and didn't like that you were taking them to the Cheesecake Factory at all and wasn't getting out the car. Like,
I would just leave her right there. I mean, it's not much else to talk about. You already showed your true colors.
You're right.
What else? What else do? Like, you've already showed me exactly who you are as a person. That's not who I want to be with.
Yeah.
So, but I'm just a little more cold. Like, that's just kind of just how I am. That's exactly probably how I would have went about it too.
Yeah.
Just would have been like, look, you don't appreciate, like, you just sat here and showed your true colors.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't nothing I want to mix with. So, happily get out my car.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck.
I'll call you Uber.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if that. The way you acting, I'm sure you got enough money to get an Uber, right? Like, come on now.
The Uber should be just happy to pick a woman as beautiful as you up.
Right,
And take
exactly.
you home because you're stranded.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I would have did something similar. Probably would have like cussed her out too. Like, this girl, who is you? The hell? Yeah, get out the car. Now I left her too, but I'm just like that too. You know?
No, better yet, I think this is what he should have did. It was like, well, I'm gonna go in here and eat, and I'll call you Uber, or you can wait till I'm done.
Right, yeah. Because she
And I'll
wasn't trying to get
home.
out.
She wasn't gonna get out.
Yes.
I'm gonna go eat, so you could just sit here, and I'm gonna take a really long time while I'm in there.
Ah, for real.
I'm like,
Take the keys with you.
does Cheesecake
Oh, God,
Factory sell
take the
alcohol?
keys with you.
Oh yeah, just crack the window a little bit, just a little bit. You know, like, well, make sure you don't get too hot. So give you a little air in there. I don't want to be like cruelty to animals. So,
Not the animal.
does Cheesecake Factory sell alcohol? Because I'll be having me some drinks while I was up in
Probably,
there
I
too.
think. They probably do.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll be having me some, like, who the hell is doing some shots? You got fucked up. Look out like, you still here? Well, I'm too drunk to drive, so I'm calling an Uber going home. I don't know how you get home.
Facts.
I would have made that whole night miserable for her after that.
Right.
So, one, not respect my time, and then go put me on blast because I got you to the Cheesecake Factory because you screwed the date up. Nah. You'll go viral, all right. You'll really go viral.
Right.
Because I'm recording while I'm in the Cheesecake Factory.
No, not for real.
And tag her all up in that shit.
For
It
real.
was so good.
You hungry? Oh.
Get a big ass piece of cheesecake too. Eating that. Whole time. But. So yeah, you guys let us know what would you do in that same situation. Do you think she was out of line? Do you think he was out of line? What do y'all think?
Let us know.
Yeah.
But I think I kind of know the answer. But let us know.